Hi everyone. Today we're diving into a really important signal on Bitcoin that nobody is talking. There is a pattern that started forming months ago. I mentioned in many videos, and now the pattern looks to be complete in the monthly chart. So we're gonna analyze and try to predict what this means and if the bull market is over already. And we're also gonna go and break down every step and zoom out into the weekly, the monthly, the daily chart and what could be heading next and how we can take advantage of that because nobody's talking about it in the crypto space. And I think it's something really important to point out now that is more than visible because you don't want to be holding the bags when the market starts to go down and everybody starts selling. Right now we're seeing a manipulation for could be from the big whales, but also institution because don't forget that now they're in the market as well. And we need to be really careful. So now let's jump into the chart and the monthly. We see already, I mentioned several times in my videos to keep an eye on this, and now finally it's developed, and that's why I want to take my time to analyze, explain what is happening, and how we can take advantage of this. That's why you should subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend that may be interested as well, and knowing this information before anybody else, because after it happened, and everybody start to analyze what already happened, it makes no sense already because it happened and you couldn't take um, any advantage of what the market was doing. So I would appreciate as well if you can give us a like to the video. It will help the algorithm to share the information with many people as possible so everybody is ahead and can be also be aware of what is coming. I have been mentioned many times about the various derivation we were forming in the weekly, and now we can see that it's finally is complete. How do I know that it's complete and why do I think and we I have been saying many times how time is such an important role in my strategy and also in crypto in general. And most of the people don't have patience, and that is where the money maker, the institution, the wells, they always playing around with the time of the people because everybody is desperate. Everybody's desperate, emotional, and that's how most of the people I was mentioning last time, like 95% of the people are losing money. And now we can observe, I have been telling many times, the values I use is not only about the direction where they're going, but also timing the pattern or the chart, the market is timing as well for us to have an idea when the market gonna shift side and when it's not. So as you can see in this weekly valley, the weekly chart, we have this has been actually forming since April. Let me show you a little bit more to have a for you to have a better idea. We were around here and let's see, he was like around, let me see, yeah, here's the March, April area. From here we start to be forming this various derivation. And we can see in this side, we went all the way to 108. And in this area, you can see already the witness of the valley. The time was getting over already. We see how the pattern was already developed, the time was over, and even though we went all the way from 108, we went all the way to 92. That was just in 1 week. In 1 week. So what are we expecting now? So what I want to tell you and tell anybody else, and that's why you should share the video as well to reach as much as possible a lot of people to don't miss on this because if you have not sell anything right now, we're gonna have another opportunity to sell the weekly bags we have. Why I'm saying this? Because always happens this manipulation, and I have been always telling you that the markets move in waves. So after that, we saw how the price went from 92 and then went all the way to 89. This was just to shake everybody all the way to 89. And what do we do next? After that, we went all the way to 109, making even a higher high. So um, and then you can see by the time we reached the 109, let me see, we went first to the 106. You see already here as well. Let me mark that. The time was just losing and losing and losing. momentum. There we go. There is the second time, and this was the last one. This was the decisive right now. And right now, it looks like we're just gonna go down actually, because from here we went all the way to 124, and now we're gonna down. Do you think that now we're gonna go all the way to 19? I do expect to have another wave in the next month. Remember, this is the weekly. So by the time of November, I'm expecting the Bitcoin price again going to the 120 or even higher. We could even break the previous high. So I'm probably expecting 120, 130. By the time everybody gonna talk that is half a million, a million, I don't really care. I see now how the pattern have been played out is complete according to my strategy. And I did sell a little bit around the 120, not everything to be honest, in the weekly, but I know the market moving ways, and this is something really important that you need to also answer to yourself because you have many opportunities in the market to buy. You have the chance at 15, then 25. There was a big consolidation, then even at 75, you have the chance. And if you buy up here, now the question is if you sell or if you have time. Because in Bitcoin, you're never gonna lose. It's just matter of how much money you have and how much time you have. What I mean with how much money you have, if you put money on Bitcoin that you don't gonna affect your life, then you should be fine. You just need time to wait and patient. And this is where the big role come all the time when I talk about patient, because crypto is about being patient. But if you are 100% invested and this money, it will affect your life, then you won't have time. And this is the decision you need to take. And in that case, for you who went all the way here in, you're still gonna have potentially opportunity to get out of it. Um, and we will see how this play out. But now I wanted to take the time to really let you know because I mentioned many months ago in several videos. It was really short when I was mentioning this, but I was talking to keep an eye all the time. And now we see how the pattern is already developed, and that's why you should just think about the next move you're gonna do, and in November because. This is something I have been predicting already since long time ago. You can see it in the pinned message post on X. Let me see. I think it was from June 2024. Yeah, I said July. This was an old account I have that was removed, unfortunately. But I was talking about the earlier waves and how we will be reaching by this time, more or less, the 120. We went all the way to 124. I and because the pattern wasn't completely developed or finished, I did not went all the way sitting there. Also, I'm not the best trader. I cannot really time the market 100%. If all the people say themselves they can do it, I mean, I question a lot, but at least I can't. I cannot say exactly we're gonna go to 130 or 47. I have been mentioned 145, 147, but it's not exact. I have been mentioned many times. But I like to predict the market in order to be upfront. Otherwise, it makes no sense just to analyze what happened in the past. So I mentioned that was going to go to 120K and we went all the way to 124. Yes, the price was not correct, but um, also was no bad prediction, I would say. So now what I'm expecting, as I was saying, is to in the next months to have a rebound, retest again. Either we go to the 120, 25, 40, or 30, I don't care. I'm gonna start selling around 120 and 130. I don't care if the price is going to 150. This you need to understand that is for the weekly. This is medium short term. And yes, this is I wanted to point it out and be clear and honest with you because at the time we rebounding again, everybody's going to be in greed. And this is I was mentioning as well. Now that the price is going down, I start to cool off a little bit. Let's see where we go this time. But the market has been super greedy, and every time we go higher and higher, people are going to forget about this. So just save this video and you will remember anytime, go and watch it again to cool your head a little bit because you don't want to be in a bear market without cash. This is something that you really don't want to experience. And if you experience, hopefully you do it with a small amount and not all in crypto. So that is pretty much the weekly. I wanted to make you aware of that with the projection in November, December. Just keep an eye on it. It doesn't matter if we go from 120 to 140. It may come up different. The pattern is there. At least that we change somehow. We will see how that play out. But now I see it even more clear. So I wanted just to share to you, to my community, so you can also take advantage of that. And now I want to talk to everybody who is Bitcoin Maxi and they have yeah, you're a holder. And this is the monthly chart. This is the chart I have been saying to you is in this chart you never sell. This is the batch that you have in the cold storage and you don't think about it. You don't want to even see the chart. You don't, doesn't matter. Gonna be for your future when you retire. It's gonna be for your family, for your friends, the person you most love. It's gonna be just accumulating, accumulating. It's gonna be just generating wealth if you want to call it like that. And from here, there's nothing but in the chart. We have ever had bearish trends in the Genesis block since Bitcoin was finally it start working for first time since Bitcoin was at 10 cents. Never, ever, ever we see a bearish trend or trend reversal. We have seen how beautiful, how we're going all the way up, and we will continue because we know how the financial system is. It's made to be broke and it's made to keep you broke. So there is no other direction of Bitcoin more than going up and up and up and up and up and up. So this is something for you to keep in mind. Let me show you another chart because um this is from just from 2020 from Binance. Let me see. The other one I have is from Bitstamp. Yeah, exactly. This one. This one I have more information. I last time I was mentioning it, I forgot already to to check this one. But I did have a lot of marks from my learnings in the past. Um, here also you can see in this area around here, with according to my projection, and actually play out so perfectly. You can see how the areas I also go and touch exactly around that time. We went at the peak in that time as well. Talking about the weekly, let me see. Do we see? Yeah, around this time, till the 106 and that. And I was mentioning already here, this is something I keep to myself. Um, they start to take profits, no? For the day 462, normally it's around 520 days of bull market. So yeah, hopefully you have a little better picture and remove all the noise from X, from influencers that just want to make you FOMO in or they just analyzing the market. I don't have anything against them, but I do think that it's really important not only to analyze the market, but also to predict because without the prediction, you're never going to know what the market is going to do next. You're never going to have a clear way or direction where to go, how to act. And that is really important. It's something that is missing a lot in the market. Maybe people know and don't want to share it. I don't know. I want to share it to my community because I want you as well to profit and take advantage of the market the same way I have been doing it and the same way I have been forming my wealth and have pretty much given me so much opportunity the crypto market. I also want to share it to the world and to my community for you as well to generate wealth as soon and as much as you can. So like this, we're gonna do it collectively together and we're gonna unfuck our futures with all this financial system that we have. Okay, guys, so I think this is all for the monthly and the weekly chart. Now I want to jump into, hopefully it's clear and you can hear me as well. Today I'm not in my studio like normally with a good sound. I'm going to try to do a recap of this video, this information with a nice audio. So let me know in the commentary below. Hopefully you can hear me well. And otherwise, I will be posting maybe during the week the other video with a nice audio is something I'm trying to fix it in the next weeks to come. So let's jump into the daily one. So with the daily, I was saying yesterday, um, I was going to update depending how we close the daily yesterday. And just something else I was calling, guys, like do you understand now why I have been calling all the time to don't reach previous high, to don't void the top? It's so simple and so easy, but everybody go and following all the time. We were around this top, and I was mentioning all the time. Most of the time, we go up, we go down, and then we retest, and then we go up. That is what happened normally when the Bitcoin price want to continue in in the opposite direction, but we also have the breakdowns that we're seeing right now. And what we're seeing right now is not too good, to be honest, for the daily chart. This is for the next weeks to come for you to have it more clear, something more that want to add and want to explain, or at least you should research and learn about it, is the time frames. Without time frames, without knowing about the time frame, you're gonna be lost in the market. I explained you already. The monthly is just holder. You never touch it. It's for the years and years and years to come. Weekly, it will be for projection of the next month, 3 months to come, more or less, and the daily for the next weeks. Have that clear, and you everything's gonna change once you have that clear and the charts. You have a better idea what's going on, when it's gonna happen, how to take advantage of that, which position to take, and so on and so forth. So going back into the chart, I have been calling not to chase the previous high. It's the risk is always higher than the return. I've been talking many times. Now, why do I being bearish in this scenario? This is not bearish for the long term. This is just for a few weeks. Keep it keep it in mind. The interesting part here is like again playing out. I was talking about the time. We're having this bearish variation as well in the daily. In the daily, we're talking about movement of 1,000, 50,000 dollars. Dollars, the kind of movements, even to the upside or to the downside. And yeah, we see now the time. This is such an important role as well. We see over here, right here, the time is over. The Fortuna line as well is in negative position, and we see the bearish variation already formed. It's not forming, it's already formed. So this means the price is not in the best condition. We're gonna continue going a little bit down. So here's again, if you bought all the way here, now the question is how much time you have for you to wait until the price go back again. This is something you need to question to yourself and answer yourself. Because if you're gonna get poor, if you can live like daily because you went all in here, you're doing everything wrong. You should not reach the previous high and go all the way all in on it. That's why like managing a good portfolio is such an important thing to do and learn. So now, what's gonna happen now? What I'm expecting for the price is go to the area of the 110, 112 I have been saying in my video yesterday. And I will explain you why. We see in this area, let me show you, let's make it a little bit bigger. I'm gonna remove as well this to don't confuse you. We saw over here in this area, we went all the way down. So this is not being support right now. The way it's closed, the orange line, the 55 MNI I use, normally in the bullish trend, it starts to be a support. And you see it here, here, and here. But I don't think it's going to be a support this time around here. Why? The answer is because you can see the time how was playing out here. We went all the way down and the red value was starting to be developed and the Fortuna line was in a negative position. This means it doesn't have any strength. So to either to go bearish or go to the downside. And then once here again, we see the develop already of the red value was over and the Bitcoin price found support in the 55 and went all the way up. What happened next? We have again a small value, but it's still no strain. So we just went up and start continue going down as well. In that moment, you see already, we got bullish diversion immediately, confirm. Once we have this bullish diversion, this is just basic knowledge, guys. You should go and order the words, the technical words I'm saying, various bullish version. You should go and check that in Google because it's super basic stuff. And you don't need to be a master, but just taking having an idea of what the price, the time, the volume, how manipulation works, speculation as well, the strength and the movement. This is such an important thing to keep an eye in all the charts for you to have a better picture. So I was mentioning that this was confirmed already, and then you see the time as well. Like we were just starting to make this red valley without any strength, and we went all the way up because it was the time to forming already the green valley. But this time around is different. This time we haven't even made any red valley, and we're already going down. So we still have a lot of time to go down. I'm not saying that we're going to go to 100, or let's see how this play out, but the big support, the next big support I was saying to you is the 110, is this area down here. Now, I hope that you understand what I mean, which is the explanation of my strategy and how it is playing out and how that works. Now it's completely the opposite. So something we're going to be forming now is we're going to be finishing this, going, and let me put it here, just to have a better, for you to have a better idea, making the drawings like this. We're going to go down and form something like that. We will see how the Fortuna line is at that moment, but potentially after that, we're gonna be forming. We will see. I'm gonna keep tracking of this, and hopefully we should form something like that, and then um, it would align completely because let's say we go to the 110. There is a candle over here. Let me put you just a little bit more aesthetic so you can have a better idea of what I'm thinking or what it potentially will develop in the next weeks. It's gonna be not only one candle, potentially gonna be more and more candles, but I'm just gonna draw one for you to have a better idea. And we're gonna play, and you will see how this will play out again after the explanation I gave you. Okay, there it is. Then we're gonna have the confirmation of the bullish direction I was explaining. The same here. This is just the manipulation from the institutions and the big whales to make you scared and make you sell right now in a loss. But I'm not saying for you to hold. That is why you need to answer to yourself. I don't know how invested are you in the market. This is only something that you can take the decision by on. I don't give any financial advice, but I do share the knowledge I have, and I want to share what I'm doing with my buys. And then you do you and I do me. But this is what I'm saying that is going to be developing in the next weeks to come. Just keep in mind of that. And the areas are going to continue going down as well. We need to reset in order to go back and retest either the 120, 124, but this is something expecting to come. And yeah, like I was mentioning as well, the the month of September normally is bearish. Normally is bearish. There are some where are um, positive. We're gonna see how this play out because actually right now we just yeah, there's still in August is still like 2 weeks to come for August to finish, and yeah, this would align more or less maybe like in the middle of September. This is not 100%, but maybe in the middle of September we start to see again a recovery of the price after all this if this play out and the Bitcoin price drop around the area I was mentioning and we form all this bullish divergence, we potentially in the middle of September going to start to see the recovery going to the upper side. Let's see how that play out. This is just a silly speculation. Take it as you want, but I just want to share what I see in the chart and what actually the historical data or doing the analysis helped me to create this projection. And hopefully you have understand the point keys that have been given for you to have better idea and be up front of everybody else. But just keep in mind the weekly because it's such an important thing to come. This is gonna be for me, I think it's gonna be the last moment for you to go out. I will jump out. I don't care. I just see it. At least something change. I would letting you know. But for now, it's what I see. And the market's just moving waves, as I've been telling you many times. If we continue going down, I would updating you. If we don't go and retest again, this, if we don't bounce, I doubt that will happen, but we would keep an eye on it. And it's something I want to keep you updating. That's why you should subscribe to the channel, smash that like. I would really appreciate if this video was helpful for you. And now I just want to go and check the 4-hour chart. This is just for trading. This is just what's going to happen in the next days. And so with this, I want to finish as well. I don't want to make the video too long, but I think we're already here a little bit more than 30 minutes. But this is really important for you to understand. And hopefully, like I'm saying and repeating, it's going to help you because Everybody's calling 150, 250. I'm super bullish, and I know we're gonna smash that previous high to 124. We're gonna go to 200, 300, half a million. That's for sure. But now is the question. In 2025 is the question. I do know that in the next year we're gonna be in half a million easily, easily, because the fucked up system we have is so fucked up that cannot be fixed. So you need to fix it yourself going through Bitcoin. And there nobody have lost money ever in Bitcoin. Only if you sell. But if you see in the monthly chart I just show you, nobody have lost money. Nobody. Let me show you just one last time. Let me see, guys. Hopefully you hear me right now. Do you hear me? I just have an issue right now with the computer. Let me see. Yeah, hopefully you hear me now. So I'm just gonna check really quick the monthly for you to have an idea of what I'm talking. I would love to remove this, but I don't gonna remove this because still there's some important information for me. But they just checked around here. We were around $1. $1. That was in July 15. Everybody who bought there never, ever, if they never sold any Bitcoin, they're not in a loss. From $1 all the way to 124,000. Did they lost money? No, they haven't lost any money. At least they sold. And this is why it's so important to know about the cycles, to understand the market, to understand the time frame you're working on it and how the market moves. And look, here I even was pointing this, and this is how I came out with the conclusion of the projection I show you on my Twitter from 2024. We have been going all the way like this. The RSI has been all the time going lower and lower and lower. We can see now here it's just weaker and weaker and weaker. Let's see how this play out. But the trend has been bullish and bullish and bullish all the time. So just keep in mind you're not gonna lose money, and that's why you should just answer yourself how much have you been invested in Bitcoin. If that affects your daily life, it's no good. Let me tell you, it's no good that it is affect you or you cannot sleep on it. You should just put all the money you can afford to lose. At this point, that even have no meaning because you don't lose the money on Bitcoin. I always say to my friends, to everybody, just save on Bitcoin. Don't save in any currency and any Ponzi scheme of the government. Just save on Bitcoin, and you're gonna have the best returns ever. Even now, buying 114K. So what's going on with the 4 hour chart, guys? What's going on now? So to be honest, it doesn't look good either because the Fortuna line is they have still strain. You can see. And yeah, it's already developed the valley, but still the strength is there. So I'm expecting the price to go a little bit down, to be honest. In any case, I will do this. This is what I'm expecting for the Bitcoin price. Like taking how you want, maybe we have another impulse to the 55 MI. And then we did here and then go down, probably we go and then go down. But at the end, this is what I see for now because we still have strength on it. We already saw the daily. The daily now is not bullish. The daily is not bullish at all. So it's bearish. The same reason every time in the 4 hours we see the price is going up, it's going to be just a retrace and then being rejected. Like we did from here. When I say we can take a better trade below the 18, I did enter around the 116 and then went all the way to this 118. I did not sell though. I sold like around the 117, 500. And now we went all the way down. Then we went up. We even didn't touch it, the 55 MI. And now we're down. Now we're going up again. But at the end, we're just retesting and having all these liquidations all around the market. So just be careful with that. But this is the prediction right now. I don't gonna put two. I don't gonna give you two directions like most of the people do. They just do something like this. and take it as it comes. That is how you need to manage your risk. You have to have a way to have a risk management. I have been saying all the time, put a stop loss if you're trading on futures, because this is just the probabilities. It's not 100%. Don't take my word for 100%. But this is what I see in the market, and this is how been have been helping me all the way in these years to generate wealth. And I just wanted to share to you most of the time, according to the strategy, how we work in 75, 85%, it works. So like I'm saying, when it doesn't work, that's why the 80 or 85% of the other trade works, and that covered the losses. So it make no point to give you two direction. For now, this is what I see in the 4 hour chart for the next days. If you was wondering what kind of time frame is, but I also recommend you go and search for your own and read what the time frame is and how that works, and you're gonna have a better idea. Also, go and check the Elliott waves, how the market structure works. This is gonna give you a better idea of what I talk in this channel. So this was all for today, guys. If you found this valuable, I would appreciate you smash that like and the notification bell, subscribe, share it with a friend, and see you tomorrow, guys.